there's a piece of me that isn't super excited about this next article, and especially as someone that's super excited for the R5 Mark II and the R1. Is it looks like we are going to have a Canon released a short supply notice, meaning, hey, if you haven't pre-ordered, probably on the launch day, it's going to be a very long time before you get an R5 Mark II.
Now, this is being reported from Canon Rumors. So this is where we're getting our source from. But yeah, it looks like perhaps, I mean, I don't really know how this is working out. Like, I don't know if it is just a flat out, they didn't make enough or they sold more than they thought they were going to sell.
Tinfoil hat moment.
Okay, here we go.
Tinfoil hat moment. I'm going to say that this is a poor marketing strategy.
Poor marketing strategy. Okay, what do you mean? Please break that down.
Because I feel like when demand is high and you can't get to it, it increases. When supply is low and you can't get to it, it makes the demand higher, or it makes the demand higher. But I actually think that in this case, people have been waiting for these cameras for so long. You knew these were going to be hot. You should have made a lot.
Yeah, so it's not even just the newest camera. So we'll pull this up here. So it looks like they're saying, thank you for the continued, thank you for loving us, But currently we're experiencing delays in delivery for the following products to order, exceeding global part supply. So we sincerely apologize to our customers and business partners for the inconvenience this may cause. We would like to apologize again for keeping our eagerly waiting customers waiting for such a long time. We will continue to take measures to ensure a stable product supply. Blah, 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 blah. So here are the cameras that Canon is currently saying is out of reach right now. So first off, we have the Canon EOS R1. They also have the EOS R5 Mark II, the cooling fan, the 200 to 800 6.3 to 9. Now, I didn't even realize that this lens actually even got announced, but maybe I saw the aperture range and just didn't care.
Yeah.
And then of course their speed light. So, it feels a little anticlimactic to get this already, because we're only a week from talking about these cameras being announced and being excited about them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, it's just my thought, but you announce a camera, some people got to wait for payday.
Yeah.
To buy that camera.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they might have been like, oh, I'm really excited about this camera. I get paid next Friday, or I'm waiting on that invoice to clear, and I'm going to take that money. I'm going to buy this camera. And less than a week after you announce the cameras, you have to publicly announce, hey, short supply, guys.
I don't know if I can say this.
You're going to, though, aren't you?
Ain't no pandemic. Why is there global supply? Like, I know that in everything, okay, there's going to be like logistics, and there's going to be shortages, and there's going to be we don't have enough chips and blah blah blah, but we've been waiting for 5 years.
Yes.
Like, why? But I will say, I will give them the benefit of the doubt.
Of course you will.
You gotta be like, that's what fan people have to do.
Can you do what I do, though?
That's what people have to do.
Can you just like raise your hand and acknowledge your bias really quick?
Fan people have to do this.
Fanboy.
Fan people. I think that there's a possibility that they knew these were going to be popular. They didn't know it was going to be this popular.
How?
No. I'm just saying, like, let's say they thought, and I'm going to throw out numbers that sound ridiculous because I have no idea what the actual numbers are. So let's just use ridiculous numbers. They knew we're going to sell 1 million units. Obviously, ridiculous number. But then 3 million units came in of orders. That's the only thing that I'm potentially leaving room for, is that maybe they knew it was going to be popular, but not 3 times the popular, or 2 times the popularity.
Now, do you think there's a chance that they are, like, let's say it was instead of 1 million that got sold, it was 1.5. So a bit more than they expected, right? but they're like, "Oh, let's just put this out there so that way we can sort of get ahead of anyone who gets upset later." Because the back order just becomes worse and worse over time, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
So then it just becomes like, "Hey, just a heads up, we're already a little behind." So that way they can sort of like garner expectations a little bit here. Is my guess.
Oh, 100%.
You think that's what they were doing?
No, I think 100% because like ultimately at the end of the day, I feel like you could probably make how many ever orders that you can make and have like kind of like a buffer. But then once that buffer is run out and that thing is sold and being sold every single day, yeah, I don't know how more likely it is for you to produce 10,000, 15, 20,000 more units per month. The buffer is just going to be what the buffer is going to be. So I think they absolutely needed to get out ahead of it and just say, hey, sorry. Now, I will say, to me personally, not because I expect the R5 to have issues in any or the R1 to have issues, but because the last one did have issues right out of the gate. Like to me, I had kind of mentally planned on this is going to be a February, March purchase, maybe January, because I knew like this isn't the first time Canon has released a popular camera and it couldn't be bought for months. So like just mentally, I prepared. I want to see any of the bugs. I want to see real world people use it. I'm good with waiting. So if you're in the boat with me, cool. But I'm sorry for you if you pre-ordered on Saturday. Like we might get our cameras at the same time.